Test, test. All right, we are live. Happy Sunday, everyone. This is your little post-game / NBA Cup final preview for the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. Hope everyone's having an amazing Sunday morning on this December 14th. Holidays coming up. Busy time of the year. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Once again, thank you for joining. Thanks for rocking with me and subscribe, like, all the good stuff. Fun game last night for the New York Knickerbockers as they beat the Orlando Magic by a final score of 132 to 120, right? Fun little game, man. Fun little game. GG, what's going on? I see you in the chat. Dis Rover's in the chat. What's going on, Dis Rover? Appreciate you. A little late post-game / final preview for the New York Knicks. Again, it's the holidays, right? It's busy time of the year, man. I'm super busy this time of year. Definitely had to get this out there for you guys, though. So fun game for the New York Knicks. Look, 132-120, right? And they got contributions from a lot of people in this game. And that's what was really promising, in my opinion, is the contributions that they got from, majority of the squad. And you could tell right off the bat, right off the gate, that they wanted to win this basketball game, right? I mean, you could tell by the minutes. 40 minutes, 43 for Mikal, 39 for Jalen Brunson. This game had a little bit more juice than others, of course, because it's the Cup, right? The guys are in Vegas. I wish the NBA Final Cup game was tomorrow, but I mean, the guys I've been in Vegas for on Tuesday, it's going on 5 days, right? Just got to keep an eye on them, right? Got to keep an eye on them in Vegas. I mean, but the guys are, professionals. But Jalen freaking Brunson, man. I mean, the flu game for Mr. Jalen Brunson, number 11. I had to put on the King of New York shirt for Jalen Brunson. As you guys can see, the King of New York. Got the crown on him. I had to, man. He's our captain for a reason. He's our captain for a reason. And during this game, he was awesome. 40 points, 8 assists, 4 boards, 1 steal. Defensively, I thought he was really good as well. 2 of 5 from 3. Had an ill crossover against Anthony Black in this game. The captain just led us home. And, on to the final we go. I got a poll in the YouTube chat asking you guys, if the New York Knicks were to win the NBA Cup tomorrow, or today, depending on when you're listening to this, do you think they should host the banner? They should raise the banner in Madison Square Garden. Got a poll in the YouTube chat, yes or no. Simple. I'll give my thoughts on that a little bit later. But, yeah, I mean, this game was awesome. Cuts. The offense was on a level where we've been at, but to me, the Knicks missed a lot of layups, a lot of cuts. It can even be even better, right? You're seeing OG cut a lot. You're seeing Mikal cut a lot. And offensively, this Knicks team has hit a gear where, quite frankly, we haven't seen before. And it's scary to think that we can get better. But there are tons of room for improvement for this Knicks offense, which is scary, in my opinion. OG Anunoby, phenomenal, hitting his open threes during this game. Cat, I thought, was amazing during this basketball game. 29 on 9 of 11 shooting for the big Cat, 8 rebounds. And what I love the most is that he matched the physicality. He wasn't scared out there. He was flexing out there. He tried to freaking dunk on, I think, was Isaac out there. I mean, amazing A+++ game for Karl-Anthony Towns. It kind of had a playoff atmosphere, not atmosphere, but jive to the game. The stakes were high. You're in Vegas, right? You're in a neutral playing site. And Karl Anthony Towns just put up one of his best games as a Knick, quite frankly. 9 of 11 shooting, guys. 9 of 10 from the free throw line. 29 and 8 and 2 assists. Had a sick pass to Mikal Bridges early on in the game. Cat was awesome, man. And this aggressive Cat is music to my ears. I love it. But when Cat and JB play like this and they combine for 69 points, and when you have OG Anunoby sprinkling in 24 on top of that, the Knicks are going to be a tough out in the playoffs. They are. I still do think they're the best team in the East, and tonight showed you their upside. And, you know, you had a crazy sequence from Tyler Kolek there in the second quarter. You know, crazy pass, got the steal. I mean, Kolek has been on the rise. He's been hearing the trade rumors, right? He's been on the rise. Mitch with the 9 rebounds. So this Knicks team is playing great basketball, and I'm excited. I truly am. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Thank you for tuning in on this Sunday morning. Happy Sunday to everyone out there. David, Cat won defensive player of the game. Yes, he did. Cat played great, man. HRM, what's going on? Doug Fresh, what's going on? What's going on? HTTQ says, great win by New York. What's going on? Appreciate you in the chat. Butch, what's going on? I have confidence that the Knicks can beat the Spurs if we keep the same lineup with Kolek as a 2-guard. We have a lot of talent. That's another thing I noticed, that Mike Brown is starting to experiment with different lineups as well. And we saw that during this game, right? In a NBA Cup game in Vegas, he's starting to experiment with different lineups. You know, Kolek at the 2. You know, and it was working. You know, Brunson, and I was like, okay, Mike, and look, right now this Knicks team is playing great basketball, like really good basketball. And it's not just the offense. Defensively, I thought, I know that the Magic put up 120 in this game, but defensively, the Knicks have crept into the top 10 in the NBA, right? Sneakily, they crept into the top 10. 2 weeks ago, they were number 18 in defense. Now they're top 10, right? So that's exciting. And we're not even healthy. Look, Deuce is still out. Shamit's still out. You know, Gershon in this game. You know, as soon as you think Gershon is on the rise, he just takes, 2 steps back, right? I mean, there was a reason why he only played 4 minutes in this game. Defensively, he was getting cooked. I mean, he just looks lost out there sometimes. I mean, it sucks because you were hoping that he was going to be one of your bright signings this summer, and it just hasn't worked out for him. But, the starters right now are playing at a level that not many teams in the NBA can beat them. Not many teams in the NBA can beat them. They have chemistry that you cannot teach within a year, right? These guys have been playing together for more than a year, and it's showing on the court. It's showing on the court. Ever since Mike Brown implemented Josh Hart back in the starting lineup, offensively, the Knicks have been clicking. Defensively, they've been, on the rise. They just look comfortable out there. They just look comfortable running their offense. And look, it's still super early. You're still, a quarter into the season. But right now, I'm kind of getting excited. I am. Appreciate you guys in the chat once again. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff. The New York Knicks are in the NBA Cup versus the San Antonio Spurs against Wembanyama. That was a great game yesterday. Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder going back and forth. I truly thought we were going to face the Thunder, possibly have a finals matchup. But, hey, credit to the Spurs. Spurs are a hell of a team. I think yesterday was the first time they were whole together. Spurs are a really good team in the West, and this is going to be a test for us. It's not going to be a layup, right? Spurs are really good, and obviously it's led by the alien in Wembanyama. I mean, I posted on X. Who's guarding this man? And a lot of people said Mitchell Robinson will guard him. OG, Hart. Maybe some Cat sprinkle in there, but he's an alien. I don't know if he's going to come off the bench like he did versus the Oklahoma City Thunder and be on a minute restriction. If he does, then that works out for us because then we can just put Mitch on him and match him. I'm not saying Mitch is this amazing defender. He's going to have trouble with him, as will anybody guarding him. but I wanted kind of OKC to win, but it's still going to be a good game because you're facing Wemby, who, yeah, remember last year in Christmas Day was when Mikal Bridges had pretty much his coming out game as a New York Knick against the San Antonio Spurs. And that's when him and Wemby were, going back and forth. And obviously we have the 60-point game from Jalen Brunson in San Antonio that we lost in. We have the game just last year where Mama Sa, Mama Kusai was just killing us. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing. I don't know his name. I just know that every time I said his name, I rhymed with Mama Sa, Mama Kusai. But so there's been some great matchup, great games between the Knicks and the Spurs, right? And obviously we have, the history behind it, Knicks, Spurs, finals, and all that. So it's going to be a fun game Tuesday night at 8:30. The stakes are going to be high, and I'm excited, and I think this New York Knicks team will win. I'm excited. El Figgy is in the chat. El Figgy, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Appreciate you guys rocking with me. Didn't do a post game last night, but had to get on here for you guys and talk about this game. Happy holidays to everyone in the chat. Just had my breakfast, having my coffee right here, and just vibing. Doug says I wanted OKC to win. Yeah, so did I. But hey, bring it on, right? Bring it on. Joel says, so proud of this team. Better coach. Every player contributes. We're on pace to go 59-23. And if we beat the Pacers, we're on pace for winning 60 games. Wow. Yeah. Look at that, guys. Look at that. The Knicks are 18-7. So the game last night did count against the standings, right? This final game does not count against the standings, against the San Antonio Spurs, right? So, but it counts in the NBA Cup. So if the New York Knicks were to win this game, they're hanging a banner in Madison Square Garden. And once again, I got the poll in the YouTube chat. Let me check the poll really quick because there was a lot of controversy behind this. If the Knicks win the cup, are you hanging the banner in MSG? Yes at 77%, no at 23%. I kind of have I don't know, because the NBA Cup was just implemented, a couple of years ago, I think, and, a lot of people don't really know what to make of it. But I think as time goes on, it will gain more and more fans of the NBA Cup. And as time goes on, maybe the NBA implements, international teams in the NBA Cup. So when we look back, let's say we win Tuesday night, when we look back and say, oh, the Knicks won the 2025 NBA Cup, I think that matters. And I think that matters for, team morale. And yes, the whole banner talk is kind of, I get both sides. I get if you don't want to hoist a banner because you don't want to get clowned by NBA trolls and you don't want to get, and that's a fake banner. That's not a championship banner, so it doesn't really mean anything. And the banners hung up in MSG, they mean something. And you have legends up there in MSG. So when you put an NBA Cup 2025 champion by those, banners in MSG that are currently hanging, right next to the championship banner that we won in 71, 72, it kind of is looked upon like, what is that, right? But I think I'll kind of like it. Like if obviously if the New York Knicks win and they hang the banner, first of all, I want to see where they're gonna hang the banner. I don't want it to be right next to the championship banners, but I truly do think for status and team morale, I don't care about the trolls. I don't care about people on X or people on YouTube going, pointing at the banner hung up in MSG and saying that, oh, there's your fake banner, yada yada yada. That's not a real banner. Go win a real one. People are gonna talk either way. If we win a championship, people are still gonna downplay that championship. If we don't win a championship, people are still going to clown the New York Knicks organization. So you can't win either way. That's the way I look at it, because people just love to hate the Knicks. Even the national media, you heard Mike Brown pleading with the NBA national media to give Jalen Brunson more eyeballs on your articles, on your highlights, because this man is playing like an MVP, and we don't see that in the national media. Top 10 NBA MVP ladder, I don't believe Jalen Brunson is on that list, to be honest with you. He damn sure should be on that list, but we don't see that because he's not this, flashy guy who's dunking on people. So people don't look at Jalen Brunson as like this MVP guy, but we do, right? But I think the Knicks, if they win the NBA Cup, you don't apologize for winning, right? You don't apologize for winning, right? You stack banners where you earn, right? And it was earned. If you win the NBA Cup versus San Antonio Spurs, it was earned, right? You don't apologize it. I know it's not a championship banner, but it's still a final, right? It's still a final. So Knicks Spurs Tuesday night, and look, I'm excited either way. Either way it goes. It doesn't count towards the standings. I'm excited. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Once again, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Here is the line. Knicks favored by 2.5. Knicks have a 58% chance winning this basketball game. Spurs are a really good team. Really good team. I wonder if Deuce McBride will try to play during this game, but we'll see. I doubt it, but I know Deuce is trying to get out there. Hit some of your comments right now. I missed a lot of comments from you guys. A lot of comments. El Figgy says, I'm looking forward to Deuce and Landry coming back. Our bench points have been miserable. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Skills says, oh, hell yeah, we hanging a banner. Man, this is possibly the thing about, like, we can hang 2 banners this year, 3 banners possibly. This banner, if we win the cup, the Eastern Conference champion, if you win the East, you hang a banner. If you win the Eastern Conference, you're hanging a banner. That's valuable. That means something. Like, you won the East. If you win the finals, you're hanging the banner. So the Knicks could possibly host 3 banners this year. One this year and possibly 2 next year, which would be crazy. That's never been done. But let me not get ahead of myself. But yeah, what the Knicks have been showing you is that best team in the East. I know the Pistons are playing really well. The Knicks have won 5 straight. They're 9-1 in their last 10. Offensively, they're really playing at a level, as the starters are playing at a level where, they're competing. They're freaking, the chemistry is just, it's awesome with this team right now. It's awesome, So look, NBA Cup, no matter what you look at it, it's the first in-season final for this core. And I tweeted this on the X, like, I really want this Knicks team to win a championship. This core of guys is just a fun group of guys to root for. Like Cat, won the Defensive Player of the Year, came out in the interview with the vest, the Timbs around his neck, the hard hat. So I really want this core to win one, because they're a fun group of guys. They're likable guys, no BS guys. They don't troll, They just go to work, get the job done, and come home. That's what we do, right? That's what they do. That's what New Yorkers do. Go to work, get the job done, come home. There's no trolling in the media. There's no little shenanigans being played like you see around the league. None of that. So, yes, people would joke about the banner. But look, the NBA created this tournament. So, winning it counts. Like, it counts. I know the Knicks haven't had many banners to hang up in decades. But, winning culture starts with taking every opportunity seriously, right? So the New York Knicks have taken this NBA Cup seriously. And that's what builds a winning culture. And the New York Knicks have built a winning culture here in New York. And look, if the Lakers hang one, and they did hang one, nobody laughs, right? Because the Lakers have championships already. So, recently too. But if the Knicks hang one, people will laugh. Right? It's frustrating, but it is what it is. See what you guys are saying in the chat. L Figure says the only people that don't respect JB are casuals. Yep, casuals who thinks he's a foul baiter too. Detroit, we coming for that spot from Doug Fresh in the chat. Let's go. Jose says JB is a superstar. Let's go Knicks. What's going on? Jose Latoria says good morning, people. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Appreciate you rocking with me on this Sunday morning. Let's go Knicks. The Knicks are going to the NBA Cup. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Smash the like button. Vote in the poll. Do you care if the New York Knicks will hang the banner in Madison Square Garden? How many votes we got so far? 33 votes. Yes, that's 73%. No at 27%. If you vote no, just chime in the chat. Why? Is it because you don't value the banner? Or, you just don't want an NBA Cup banner being hung up in the rafters in MSG where, it's nothing but legends up there and, next to the championship banners that we won. So you don't view that banner as like a real banner. Skills, what's going on? HTTQ says they are playing pure New York basketball. Yes, we are. Jesse says Deuce traveled with the team, but I would rather the team take their time and make sure he is healthy for the rest of the season. Winning without Deuce is hard, but not impossible. But we still get. That's the beauty of this Knicks team. Like, the guys are out. Deuce is out. Shamit's out. Yabu's not playing. Yabu is just. Bruh. As soon as you think he's on the rise, he takes 2 steps back. And it's frustrating with Yabu. It is. He's not helping his trade case. He's eligible to be traded tomorrow, actually, December 15th. As are a lot of guys across the league that signed this summer. So you're just kind of hoping that he turns the corner, right? You're kind of hoping that he turns the corner. Josh Hart is a baller of the team. This Rover says, I fear we'll never have someone like number 11 again on this team when the era is over. Never say never, Dis Rover, as I try to clear my throat. Excuse me. Never say never. JB is special. And, all we can do is watch in awe. And, not only is he a special player, he's a special human. Man, my throat is not on my side this morning. He's a special human, and that's what I love the most about him, is that on the court, he's awesome, but off the court, he's a special human. And I just want him to win an NBA championship in New York. That's why when people said, trade JB for Giannis, like, what are you talking about? like trade Jalen Brunson, the heart of the city, for Giannis. Come on now. Are we serious right now? El Figgy says, I like the tournament. It adds an extra layer of competition to the season. I'd rather have this than the All-Star game. Yep, agree. Rondu, salute. Salute to everyone in the chat. Salute to you guys tuning in on this Sunday morning. Happy Sunday once again. The New York Knicks are headed to the NBA Cup final against the San Antonio Spurs. And the Spurs are really good, ladies and gentlemen. Really good. Obviously, it helps to have Wembanyama. But Spurs just took out the Thunder. Right? I mean, they're good, man. They're good. Vassell is awesome. Castle is awesome. Wembanyama, Alien, Harper. They got guys that contribute all over. Cornette, pain in the ass, as we know from his time in Boston. Former Knick, Lou Cornette. Hey, now. Barnes 0 for 8 last night from 3. Fox is Fox. Knicks are going to probably want to hunt Fox tomorrow, but it's going to be a tall task and a team effort to take down this Spurs team who are 18-7. Same record as you. Right? Same record as you. So I love that we're playing them. Um, and I love that both teams really haven't won anything. Like both teams are taking this seriously. So it's a neutral site, one game environment. And I feel like that favors the Knicks because we've had guys who've, won in those situations. But this is a test run for like May basketball, right? This game is a test for May basketball. And we know what this Knicks team is capable of, considering that we made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals last year with, the same group. And we were, 2 games away from reaching the NBA final. But who rises to the top in this game, right? All eyes are on this game. Who looks comfortable under the lights? Right? That's one thing we've been questioning on the bench. Who looks comfortable under the lights? Who rises to the top? Does somebody off the bench step up? Is it Kolek again? Because Tyler Kolek has been playing some really good basketball for this team. Like, really good basketball for this team. And I know, Jose Alvarado has been in the rumors, and I still do think the Knicks need a backup point guard. But if Tyler Kolek is going to continue to be on the rise and continue to defend like he has, he's been pretty good defensively too. And if he's going to be, that pain in the ass that we need on this team, because every team needs a pain in the ass. And Kolek is quietly becoming a pain in the ass on this Knicks team. For opponents, not for us. I mean, plus 18 last night, 4 dimes, 3 rebounds, in 16 minutes, 4 points. Yeah, Jose, Kolek is a hooper. Tyler Kolek is a hooper, right? And I hope he rises to the top. But this is the final stage, right? And I'm hoping that the media starts to have eyes on Jalen Brunson because he deserves to be in the MVP talks. He does. This is Brunson's chance to kind of shut the naysayers up, even though he's done it before and it still hasn't mattered. So what am I saying, right? But I feel like he's gonna have a big game. And I'm hoping the Knicks win this one, but it's gonna be a tough one, right? So finals matchup, kind of, with the depending on how you want to look at this cup, NBA Finals or NBA Cup final. But the game is going to slow down, and that's when I think the Knicks rise to the top, is because we have number 11. So, but this game, we're going to be asking ourselves, like, identity check. Like, how is this game going to be played? Physical, rebounding. Is it going to be a Knicks win in ugly fashion? Right? Spurs like to play fast, but are the Knicks dictating the pace? Right? Are they bullying the paint? How are they guarding Wembanyama? Right? Who closes? The minutes I think are probably going to be up here. It's an NBA Cup final, right? The minutes are going to be up. I'm not worried about this, especially when we have Deuce out and Yabu playing like crap, right? And it sucks, right? Our bench is like hit or miss, but Kolek and Mitch have been the bright spots. Clarkson has had a couple of good games here, but the role players, I think, will swing this game, right? Who hits the momentum threes, right? Who guards their asses off for 3 straight possession in this game, right? Who makes the quiet winning plays? And that's going to ultimately define who wins this game, right? But I think, this game will be decided by role players, in my opinion. I do think that. But either way, this is a confidence boost, right? If the Knicks win this one, momentum, they're playing well, locker room chemistry, proof they can win a high-stake game, depending on if you look at this as a high-stake game. I mean, you're in Vegas, right? I'm wondering how many Knicks fans will travel. I wish I was going to this game. But if they don't win, it doesn't count against your record. And, growth matters, film matters, experience. That's what you get from this game. you grow, you watch the film, and you gain experience. But this is going to be a really good game and a really tough test against what many NBA folks and media and fans, the West is a beast. Well, you're facing the West in the San Antonio Spurs. So I'm excited for this game. And all in all, I think the Knicks will win this one. I do. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Once again, happy Sunday. Thanks for tuning in on this December 14th. Happy holidays to everyone out there. Shop up. Got to do some holiday shopping later today. Holiday cleanup. And holidays. Love this time of year. But Knicks have a big game on Tuesday. Once again, appreciate you guys as always. Sorry for my throat. Size 9 says Kolek has always been nice. Yes, he has. El Figgy says Kolek earning his mom and pops a car. At this point, he bought his mom a car, now his dad a car. Now he might as well just buy his cousins a car. I mean, the winning, what are the winning prizes? Let me see. NBA Cup. Winning prize per player for the NBA Cup. Here it is. Champions get $530,000 per player. Per player. $530,000. That means if you're at the end of the bench, right? You're getting $530 in a check from the NBA. Like Muhammad Diawara, the guys at the end of the bench, McCullough, they're getting this money, and that's a lot of money for them. $530,000 at Brunson to Cat, nothing. But $530,000 to Diawara and McCullough Jr. and the guys at the end of the bench, it's a lot. Even a Deuce. Like I feel bad for Deuce. Deuce has a great contract on the Knicks side, but for him, $530 is $530, man. I wish. So that's the earnings for that. Bear Hugs, what's going on? Doug says great money indeed. Gershon says Thundercat. Thundercat. The thing about Cat is the reason why I loved yesterday's game so much is that he rose up to the moment and that he was playing physical with the Orlando Magic, and he had one of his best games as a New York Knick in doing so, right? I mean, 9 of 11 shooting, 29 points, 37 minutes, and he won Defensive Player of the game. So now I think the only player in the starting lineup who has not won Defensive Player of the game is number 11, Jalen Brunson. Mikal has won it. Hart has won it. Cat has not won it. OG has won it. Mitch has won it. Deuce, I think, has won it. Jalen Brunson is the only player who hasn't won it. And I think there will be a game because of how he's been playing defensively. He's actually been pretty good defensively. Team defense. He's been pretty good. I think he's going to win it this year. I do. Give him some time. Norman says he's actually trying on defense. Talking about Cat? Yeah. And I saw something floating around. Let me try to pull it up on X. But his rim protection has actually been really good this year for the New York Knicks. Like, he's been, like, early on in the year, he was struggling. He was Cat on defense. But he's actually, he's trying. That's a good way to put it. Like, he's trying. And sometimes that's the frustrating thing with Cat is that he's so talented, but sometimes he just gets lazy out there. And that is why you saw Mikal Bridges always getting on him. Like, stop crying to the ref. Get back on defense. Stop. Just get back on defense. So whether you want to say the guys have gotten to him and he's finally trying to starting to figure it out on that end, but that's why the guys have been tough on him on that end, is because he's big, he's talented, and they know that it's in there and that he can do it. It's just that sometimes he doesn't try, you know? So let's go. Cat has been amazing lately. In his last 5 games, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 11 and a half rebounds, 57% from the field, plus 17. He's doing this while playing some of the best defense we've seen from him in a while. Yeah, man. Shout out to Brunson and Towns, man. Shout out to Cat. Honestly. Defensively. And this is all we wanted, right? This is all we wanted. Because just be serviceable on that end. Don't be bad. Just be serviceable. Like, just be okay. Like, and he's been more than serviceable lately, but he's been really good defensively for this Knicks team. And it starts with him, especially if you're going to start at the 5 and, you know, have to be that defensive, not anchor, but just a presence down there. He's done his job. And he's done his job lately. And I think the guys have gotten to him. I think the coaching staff has gotten to him. And maybe all the, you know, the yelling and the fights behind the scenes has worked, because lately Brunson and Towns has shown you that defensively he can be serviceable. And that is all we wanted for him. Like, he's just been bad. And sometimes we want a block or two a game, like at the rim, like you're 7 foot. Like, there should be no reason why you shouldn't have a block a game. Should be no reason. And he's been awesome for this Knicks team. And I think this is the core. I think they're going to tweak something at the trading deadline, whether that's Alvarado, whether the price is, you know, whether the price is Norman, appreciate the subscription, whether the price is going to be low. So for the price for Alvarado, I think the Knicks will dabble in that, and I wouldn't hate that, because he's a defensive pain in the ass. He's a menace, even though he's undersized. You're not going to have to give up that much. But I think we need more of those guys, more pain in the ass type players on this Knicks team. But Cat has been serviceable defensively, and just credit to him, staying at it, staying with it. Norman says once JB gets 2 blocks in one game, the team will give him the defensive player of the game. Yeah, they will. They will. They will. Two-way players. Oh, Jesse says the two-way players get half of that. Wow. Two-way players get half. So even a half of, what did I say? 500,000 is $250,000. That's someone's salary. That's someone's salary for a year. Not mine. I wish. I wish. Shoot. Damn, I should have picked up a basketball, man. I should have continued playing basketball or baseball. Baseball was money. Baseball is where the money's at. Basketball too, but baseball. Size 9 says Cat defense won us one of them games versus the Pistons. Yeah, what game are you talking about? Trying to think. Was it game? Is game 1 or 3? Doug's Fresh says 50 years I've been waiting for a championship. Doug, if the Knicks win on Tuesday, Cross Signal says cup banner goes up. It does go up. Look, let's check the poll out. If the Knicks win on Tuesday, would you guys consider that? Would you guys consider that an NBA? It's not a championship. 62 votes. If the Knicks in the poll, 62 votes. If the Knicks win the cup, are you hanging the banner in MSG? 73% say yes. 27% of you say no. So 27% of you don't want to hang the banner in MSG, right? And I get it. Like, I do. Like, I'm not going to argue with you guys if you don't want to hang the banner. But I think either way, the trolls are going to be trolls. Like, the trolls win. So if the Knicks lose, they're still going to talk shit. If the Knicks win and we hang the banner, they're still going to talk shit. So why are we worried about trolls, man? We have bigger and better things to worry about. I'm not worried about a teenager or a 25-year-old or a 20-year-old still living in his mom's basement talking crap about the New York Knicks. Saying, ha, 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 you won the NBA Cup. Win the real thing. I'm not worried about that. Like, I'm not. So, I think you hoist the banner. Put it up. It'll get them mad. Put it up. El Figgy with the super chats. Shout out to El Figgy. Let's go. El Figgy says, let me put the comment on the chat. He says, what this tourney is telling me is we're a little better than we were last year. Mike Brown is making better adjustments, and we've gotten past the quarterfinals. Let's keep winning and improving. Mike Brown's message is resonating with this unit. And I love how transparent he is in the media. It's a fresh voice. I think you're a quarter of the way in the season, and you're seeing the differences in having a Mike Brown. Now, the Knicks have dealt with injuries on the bench, yet he's still experimenting with different lineups. He's still experimenting with different things, and he's working with kind of a thin bench when you have Yabusele playing like that, playing like the way he is. So, Mike Brown has done an awesome job so far. The numbers are amazing. Offensively, the Knicks are what? Second in the NBA? Defensively, they're in the top 10. And this is only what? 25, 26 games into the season. With the guys back, with a couple improvements at the deadline, maybe. Who's to say we can get to the finals? You know, we can get to the NBA finals. I think we are the best team in the East. I do. I don't see any of the Pistons or the Magic. I don't see them any, or the Cavs, who just lost Mobley for 2 to 4 weeks with a calf strain. And he's not going to be available Christmas Day for them. I don't see no one taking us out. I could be wrong, but that's the confidence that I'm speaking with. And I truly do think this Knicks team is really, they're really good. They're really good. El Figgy says he's listening to his assistant coaches as well. They're the ones who told him to start Josh, and he's not rigid like Tom Thibodeau. Yeah. And I feel like him and Rick Brunson's relationship has done nothing but grow. I think Rick Brunson, you see him on the sidelines, way more comfortable. Like he's calling out subs. He's going up to Mike Brown. And I think, look, Mike Brown's new, you know. Coaching staff he brought his own guys, but some of, you know, our assistants from last year from Thibs' regime are still there. So, yeah, he's not stubborn. He's willing to make mistakes. He's willing to put his ego aside. We saw a couple of news articles saying that Mike Brown is putting his ego aside, and he wants to win, man. He knows this team can win an NBA championship, currently constructed. And whether or not you want to improve the bench and make some tweaks to the bench, we'll see. But you know, Mike Brown is not coming in here to win an NBA round, like advance to the second round and I did my job. No, he knows the pressure. He knows what the pressure that he's enduring. He's coming in here to get to the NBA Finals, to take this team a step further. And I know the bench has had injuries, but he's still like Tyler Kolek. Would Tyler Kolek be playing right now if this was Tom Thibodeau? I don't think so. Stewart says you're mispronouncing Wemby's name. Sound it out. Wembenyana. I suck with names, Stewart, so bear with me. Wemby? I'll just say Wemby. I'll just say Wemby. Wembenyana. Wembenyana. I'll just say Wemby, Stewart. Appreciate you, though. Just Rover says, hell no. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think Kolek will be in the game playing right now. We wanted to see him last year. And you can make a case that Kolek could have been better than he is now if he got playing time last year. You can make that case, but I don't want to go down that road. But Kolek has been awesome for us in the playing time. And let's not forget, he was kind of out of the rotation earlier this year until probably Mike Brown or, his coaching staff came together and said, look, we need to kind of get a ball handler in there. And this Tyler Kolek kid is defense. Like, it's not like the passing ability has been there, but defensively, he's been holding his own too. Like he's a pain in the butt defensively. Now, he's not good defensively. I'm just saying, like, team defense, like he just does the little things that don't show up in a box score, and I'm just grateful to have him on our team. Norman says last season you could literally find a video of Rick begging Thibs to sub players out. Wemby is gonna do Wemby things. What answers do you have for 2 elite guards and a very good rookie guard? Oof. Spurs are tough, man. Spurs are really tough. This game is going to be a test because depending on... Let me just go down the Spurs roster. Screen share. Hello. There. Kolek is the most of Deuce and Sham is making the most of Deuce and Shamit's injuries, and I think when those guys are back, he should be playing. Right? He should be playing. Size 9 says Spurs too young. They just learning how to win. They're too young, but they have old souls on their team. Like, they're young, but Wemby's like an old soul who says all the right things and just wants to be the best of the best. And last night was a prime example of it. So I don't know if they're going to start Wemby or have him come off the bench. Remember, he didn't play the first quarter versus the Thunder, and then he came in the second. He's still probably going to be on a minute restriction, 20 minutes. So I think you got to win the non-Wemby minutes in this game. When Wembenyana is off the floor, you have to win those minutes, and you have to take advantage of those minutes, because when Wemby is on the floor, you see the difference he makes. Plus 21 on the night. Yesterday, the numbers were absurd. Like plus 20 with him out there in the second quarter. Like, it was crazy. Gershon says they have big guards. It's going to be tough. Magic have big guards too, right? They have Anthony Black. They had Suggs. So it is going to be tough. Barnes, I'll leave him open. Like, what is Barnes shooting this year? He was 0 of 8 last game. Before I say I'll leave him open, I want to see what he's shooting from 3 this year. Okay, 41%. I stand corrected. Maybe you don't want to leave him open. I don't think he's going to go 0 of 8, but 41% from 3 this year for Harrison Barnes. So if they go with this starting lineup, I feel like we can win the matchups, right? Castle's a big guard. Castle's 6'6". Just really good player, man. 21-year-old, I think he's going to be a star in this league. Vassell, 6'5", right? Kind of like the Black Suggs. Anthony Black, 6'7". Suggs is 6'5". So we just played. That's why the Magic earlier this year was giving us issues because they have these bigger, lengthier players, and the Knicks have figured something out against them. But, Keldon Johnson off their bench is 6'5", and he just does pretty much everything for them, like rebounding the ball. He can hit threes. You can just push the pace. Bible says it's Fox, Castle, and Devin and Barnes shooting really good. Yeah, nostalgic. What's going on? Appreciate you. Parrish says, I haven't seen a Spurs Knicks championship since the 99 finals. Let's go. What's going on, Parrish? Yeah, Castle's been hooping. But I don't think you just put OG Anunoby on Wemby when he's in there. I think Mitch will guard him a little bit. I don't think you put Mikal on him. I think sometimes you'll have switches with Josh on him, but then it's just, you just hope and pray, man. So it's going to be a team effort. I mean, he's an alien, man. He's going to get his points. He's going to get to the free throw line. He's just so gifted, and you can only try to slow him down and take the ball out of his hands. So whether or not you want to, throw doubles at him or, I don't know their game plan or go in a zone. Maybe the Knicks throw a zone in here against a Spurs team, but you attack Fox, you find Fox, you attack him. But defensively, the Spurs are good. They're a good young group who have a lot of guys that are hungry. And I don't know the ranks defensively. I could probably find this out. I could probably find out their defensive ranks like right now. Hold on. Are they top? I know Wemby. These numbers will probably be skewed because Wemby hasn't been in the lineup. So, defensive. Once again, appreciate you guys in the chat. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff. Parrish says, can't wait. Bar Scott. Can't wait. Happy Football Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, even though the New York team stink. I don't know if I can get this number right now. Defensive rating. Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys hopping in here. Rocking with me. Spurs are 14th in defensive rating. They're 14th. So Wemby has missed, 2 weeks? So without Wemby, they're still 14. They're still really good. So you figure you plug Wemby in there, they can easily be top 10 defensively. I mean, he just does so many things well for them on that end. But it's going to – look, I know Size 9 says we're going to whoop the Spurs. I hope. Gerson says you are right. The money is at center when Wemby is out. Yeah, just win the Wemby battle. Just win the Wemby-less minutes. Like when Wemby is off the floor, the Knicks have to win those minutes. Now it's not a team you're really familiar with because they're out in the West. So I think it would be like a slower start, but I think come halftime, third quarters, when you really would start to see things start to pick up here. But they have players that the Spurs. The thing about the Spurs are good, man. They got players to put the ball in the basket. Like Vassell's like really good. They have 3-point shooters like all around. It's kind of crazy to think about. Like, you just kind of hope that De'Aaron Fox has one of those like inefficient shooting nights and just goes crazy and just loses the game for the Spurs. But he has shown that he has been clutch this year, right? But if I'm the Knicks, I'm still, I know Fox. What is Fox shooting this year? I'm still kind of sagging off of him, leaving him open. He's 39. Yo, he's shooting 39% from three. He's not really a good 3-point shooter. That's crazy. 32%, 27%, 39% from. Look, he's having a great year, man. This could be a tough game. Fox shooting, I couldn't believe that. 39% from three. Barnes 41% from three. Vassell. Look, I'm not familiar with the Spurs. I just know they're really good. Vassell 39% from three. That's three guys in the lineup that are 40%. Castle. Don't tell me he's like 39. All right, 28. That's the guy you leave open, I guess. That's the guy you kind of sag off of and leave. And although he could put the ball in the basket. So, man, this is a good team. It's a really good team. It's going to be a big game. Tough game. Nostalgia says Knicks will win the NBA Cup. World Cup. Bible says Fox is shooting amazing. They all shooting amazing. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know they all are having, like, these career seasons shooting the ball. Especially Fox is shooting incredible. And Keldon Johnson's been around. Keldon Johnson, 34% from three. Okay. All right. I actually think you don't want Wemby to kill you in the paint and kill you in the post, and you have to watch him with the inbounds because he can just literally just, like we saw last night. I don't know if you guys watched the game, but they had inbound play where he had an alley hoop off the inbound. He even jumped, right? I'm kind of still leaving him open. Like, I know he's shooting 35% from three. I'm kind of making him, I want to make him a three-point shooter. I know he's gotten better at that. He early on in his career, he was 3-point happy, and people didn't like that. But I'm kind of still making him a 3-point shooter and doubling him when you have to. He's gonna get his points, man. He's Wemby. He's one of the best players in the NBA, But Mitch will be on him. OG will be on him sometimes, and you just have to hope the pace of the game, the flow of the game goes your way, But I honestly do think, this game is going to be big for both teams. Look, we don't get handed moments like this, guys. I mean, I know it's the NBA Cup moment, whether you want to poo-poo it or not, but I think winning the NBA Cup, it's setting the tone. Like setting a winning, building a winning culture and setting a winning standard. Like, you heard the Thunder last night in the postgame. Like, yeah, we want to win. We're disappointed. Like, we wanted to advance to the final, because they've set a standard. Like, the only thing that matters is winning. It's the only thing that matters, winning, right? So whether you don't think the Knicks should host a banner in MSG or you do, I got news for you. If they win, they're putting that banner in Madison Square Garden. Being a Knicks fan is like the New York Knicks are like a lightning rod, right? Either negative or positive. Either way. So wouldn't you rather be on the winning side and instead of, the trolls? I don't care about the trolls. I want to keep talking about the trolls. But maybe it is the Spurs who advance to the finals. So use this game as kind of like, I kind of thought it was going to be the Thunder, and using that game as like a barometer to seeing how close are we to the Thunder? How close are we to actually winning an NBA championship? Because that's what matters. But the Spurs are really good with Wemby. They just beat the champs, right? So use this game as a barometer to see how close you are to the teams out west, even though the Western Conference is its own animal. But I do think, as currently constructed, with maybe an addition of a wing or like an Alvarado, I think this Knicks team is poised to go on a run. Appreciate you guys hopping with me on this Sunday morning. Happy Sunday to everyone out there. Once again, appreciate all the Knicks fans out there tuning into this live stream. Once again, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff. Thank you for giving me your time on this Sunday morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Judah says, if Cat uses his strength against Wemby, easy Win. Yeah. Look, defensively, Cat has been awesome. Offensively, Cat has been awesome. If he continues to play like how he has been playing, I think this game should be a Knicks win. Especially if Cat and Brunson are doing their thing. I'm not worried. Like, Brunson's going to get, like, Brunson shines when the lights are brighter. Like, we know that. And Cat does too. We seen that last year. The game versus the Pistons. The game versus the Pacers. Game 3 in Indiana. Knicks, we're about to go down 3-0. Carl-Anthony Towns says, no. Right? We've seen these guys shine when the lights are bright. Right? So, this could be a big game. El Figgy, when Cat cuts to the basket and is hell-bent on dunking, he is unstoppable. He is. But sometimes he can get a little bit out of control. But when he's in control, when he's cutting to the basket and he's flaring his arms and, cradling the ball like a baby, and when he's going to the basket, he's unstoppable. Truly. And we saw that yesterday with him flexing and everything, but he needs to be in control. When he's out of control, that's when he gets in trouble, and that's when he gets into foul trouble. Sato Peck says, got 2000 NBA Finals vibes right now. Everyone is equating this to the time we face the Spurs in the finals. Isaiah, good morning. What's going on, Isaiah? Appreciate you in the chat. Got the poll in the YouTube chat. Let's see how many votes. 88 votes if the Knicks win the cup. Are you hanging the banner in Madison Square Garden? 72% say yes. 28% say no. The game is on Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. It is a standalone game. One game. Knicks, Spurs. That is the only game being played that night. So all eyes are on that game, right? Like, look. If we win, we're going to be excited for a couple days. And then who do we play after that? What is it, the Pacers? And then we're back to the regular season schedule, right? But I want to win. But if we lose, it's, a lot of people will be disappointed, but, it depends how we lose too. But yes, we get the Pacers 2 days after that. We fly to Indiana and we can get right if we lose. If we win, we celebrate in the locker room, pop champagne, hang the banner, and then I guess we hang the banner December 19th versus Sixers. But if we got the Pacers 2 days after that. It's kind of like the weird feel of the cup. I feel like the winner should get more incentives than just the NBA Cup, the trophy, the banner. I feel like we should be first pick for something, like home court, or I don't know. I feel like there should be more incentives for the NBA Cup winner. Make this game matter more. I know the money is cool, the cup is cool, the banner is cool, but I feel like in the regular season, in the standings, in the playoffs, I feel like there should be more of an incentive to winning the NBA Cup. And I feel like as this thing progresses, and next year, yesterday's game next year would have been in Orlando. Next year, the Cup final is going to be in Vegas. The semifinal is not going to be in Vegas. So they're already making changes and tweaks in here and there. But as this thing goes on and years pass, I feel like there will be more of an incentive. But it'll be kind of cool winning this thing. It will. Nostalgic says Cat is a playoff performer. Yes, he is. Nostalgic. El Figgy says, come the playoff, that Hacker Mitch will kill us. Yeah. Look, it depends on if teams want to employ that, and teams have employed that, and it's hurt us. Right? We've talked about the Mitch thing. He can't continue to shoot 20% from the free throw line, because then he will not be on the court. If he does that, right? He will not be on the court. Bible says Spurs won their toughest games without Wemby. That just proves to me they're really good. Isaiah says, I believe we should be able to win this game. Who's guarding Brunson on the Spurs? I mean, they'll throw And they'll throw Vassell at him. They'll throw Castle at him. They'll throw Barnes at him. But you know what's going to happen. I mean, they could try to throw him off balance. They could try to throw bigger guards at him. But there's not much you could do when guarding number 11, Jalen Brunson, right? When he's playing at that level, there's not much you could do, right? It's kind of like guarding Wemby in a sense, right? There's not much you could do. Like, great players are going to score. Great players are going to dominate games. Great players are going to get to their spots. Great players are going to do great things. And it's the other guys. Bible says winner gets first pick. Yeah, like I feel like the winner should get like an extra second round pick or something like that. I don't know. More of an incentive to winning this one. Not for the fans, but I don't know. I feel like they should get another asset or something, because you're having them travel to Vegas and kind of, throw off things a little bit if they win, all the players get is money and, a trophy and a banner. Like, it's cool, but I would like more. Maury says the Knicks are in trouble. The Los Wembys gotta cruise.
Bruh.
We'll see Tuesday night. Iron says, is there any validity to the Dante trade talks? I don't think so. It's no secret that the New York Knicks want Dante DiVincenzo back, but I think Jose Alvarado is a cheaper alternative and a better, asset to acquire. If you're going to go out to Dante, Mitch or Deuce will have to be involved, and you're probably going to have to give up more assets. So I don't think that's in the Knicks' cards when you have pretty much your assets are thin. So, and then you're going to give more to just acquire Dante. I don't. It would be cool. Like, it would be really. I honestly do think Dante is going to be a Knick. With whether that's next year or the year after that, I think he's going to come back. But I don't think if you're the Knicks, you do that right now.